Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Not Lone Oak. I am so sorry. I just, you know, well, here's the deal. I am going to try to do a multiplayer YouTube. Well, okay, let me start again. Um, where do I start? I guess what to explain first. I always this is my problem. I always feel like I have to explain 20 things to explain the one thing, because if I don't explain the 20 things that happened before, you won't fully understand what what the heck I'm talking about. So I guess I guess I should start. A long time ago, they came out with the LS Mod Company came out with this multiplayer mod manager, and I said that looks like an awesome thing. It's what I've always wanted in Farming Simulator ever since it first started. Ever since I first played the game, I was like, this is fun, but how awesome would this be if they had all these multiplayers and, we were all on the same map and, we were working either, cooperatively or competitively and, buying grain from each other to feed animals. And I don't know. I am kind of going off on a tangent, which I do a lot in case you're new. But what I'm trying to say is I've been playing a lot of multiplayer, and it requires very specific maps. This multiplayer manager, in my opinion, you can do it on any map. In my opinion, it works best on production maps, and the Germans, with their crazy German translations that they don't do to English and make me do using Google Translate so the other people on the map understand what all the factories do, make the best production multiplayer maps from what I've seen. This one is called HOT Online Farm BO Viable Object. There's what is it called? Not a short, quick. What's the word I'm looking for? Driving on the wrong side of the road. There is a light. There's a light version of this map also out there. I haven't seen what that one does. I assume it doesn't have viable objects. This one does, and that's the one that we went with. You can get it from marhu.net. That's a trusted website. It does send you to, I believe, an uploaded link. They also have a website, so you can get it. Also, the official uploaded.net link. It's a very good mod team. They have... if you have any questions in support, you can reach out to their Discord and they will answer them eventually. There's one guy that speaks English really well over there on their server that can answer any questions you might have. Anyway, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that I love Lone Oak. Yeah, honestly, if this was like Lone Oak would have been my West Coast. I just, there's so many things about European style, like, for example, this. I hate, and I got a long line of cars behind. I hate front attachers. No matter how much I play the game, I've never seen it in real life until I played Farming Simulator, because you don't see, you don't ever attach anything to any tractor. Well, for one, they don't have them. They have the standard stock front weights on there, because that's all we ever use. We don't use front loaders. We don't use front attachments. It's weird, and I've never gotten used to it. I hate it. So anyway, I say all this to say there's a lot of reasons, and I think that if I would have played Lone Oak, like back in the West Coast, for example, when I was playing a lot of Farm Sim by myself, doing not multiplayer, it was just me versus the map. Lone Oak would have been the best map for that for me, because it has, I can use that American equipment and feel real on it. And there's just a lot of things like auger wagons and the front weights. That's another, and tippers. What the heck is I've said this. You guys have probably heard this before that have been with me for a while. Until I started playing Farming Simulator, I've never heard the word tipper. I've never seen a tipper. It's auger wagons, grain trucks, or semis. That's, or gravity wagons. Especially if you're dumping at home through, into your bins and you don't have a pit. You have to dump auger, or gravity wagons, rather, are perfect for that. I didn't know what a tipper was. The first time I played the game, I was like, where do I dump the grain? I don't see grain trucks. They don't have a semi. It was back in, '09. Where do I dump the grain? It was like, what? There's this tipper. What the heck is a tipper? Like, I seriously did not know. That's how foreign. So, and it's still, I mean, I've come to terms with it. I still think tippers are ugly. I don't really like the look of, I don't really like the feel or look of carting grain with a tractor. But I mean, it doesn't make sense to buy a semi, especially when your tractors are geared to go a little bit faster. Anyway, I'm kind of going off on a rant, but what I'm trying to say is I'm really saddened because I love Lone Oak. And Lone Oak is awesome. I still might get on there because I have been looking for something to have with a more freedom where I can just say, hey, anybody and everybody is welcome. Just join on in. We're going to have a multiplayer session on this date. Everyone come on. I don't care about, well, I mean, obviously I'll always care about realism, but, you know, you can just join on in. Anybody, everyone is welcome if there's an open slot, and we're just going to have a massive harvest or, you know, a massive planting. You know, I think that's the type of thing that I'll need to do Lone Oak for now, but right now, anyway, to the problem. I guess I should timestamp this. 5 minutes in, I finally get to the problem. I can't any longer continue the West Coast and not the West Coast. Too many memories. I can't continue 2 maps. It's just, I know a lot of other guys do it. It drives me crazy. I can't do it. It really takes a lot of fun out of both maps because I'm this map isn't as beautiful. I'll be right up front. I mean, it gets great FPS. They you know, well, but then again, so does Lone Oak on a 10-year-old toaster at 4K. Anyway, I love Lone Oak. The views, the fields. I really miss the views over there. But what am I trying to say? Okay, I need to make a new timestamp for people to jump to the TLDR part at 7. You know, at 7 minutes, whatever. So here's the problem. 2 maps, I can't play on 2 maps for numerous reasons. It's stressful, it drives me crazy, and I just, like, I hate jumping from, you know, seasons and from, not seasons, it's all seasons. I hate jumping from winter on one map and then going to summer on the other, and sometimes it's nighttime on one and daytime on the other. It drives me crazy. And then, you know, you kind of gotta, okay, what was I doing on this map? I had this great plan that I worked out that I forget, but now I don't remember what my plan was because I've been playing on my other map for a while. And for numerous reasons and real life time commitment, I just don't like playing on maps. And the bottom line is Lone Oak is a far superior map as far as quality, as far as the views. I still love those views. I think I'll just get into that game, get into that map once a week just to look at the views. But the bottom line is I have more fun playing with others on Multiplayer Manager. I've done a tutorial on this before. Multiplayer Manager is a mod done by LS Mod Company. Before you comment, yes, I know there's a new version. It's broken. It doesn't work. So don't tell me to use it. Numerous problems with that version for many reasons. We don't use it on our server. Anyway, so look at this. I mean, this is what makes Farming Simulator fun to me now. It is all of us having different farms, different interests. We all kind of support each other, but we each have our own bank accounts. We each have our own expenses, our vehicle expenses, and tractors. You know, everything gets grouped by ourselves, so we can only spend, you know, it's like a true separate accounts tracker. I don't even know why Giants have a separate accounts because it goes away as soon as you log off. It's dumb. But anyway, the point is, it really is true separate farming. And, you know, so all these vehicles, they have assignments, right? So that's how it tracks. I have animals. Here's how you pay each other. So I could send, you know, truck some money. But anyway, you know, I'm like, this is what makes this map awesome. So this is why I'm having more fun on this map than Lone Oak, even though Lone Oak's a superior map. It's because, so for example, they run the dairy. This guy is actually AFK, so he's leasing out his farms this year for a 50-50 split. Bell, he was my corn producer last year. I didn't grow any corn. I bought all my corn from him. DuPont, Mark DuPont, you might recognize that YouTube guy. He's playing on our server as a logger, but this year he's starting into beets. Platinum Turbo is also doing beets, but he also runs a beet factory. Roy is a hay farmer on the map, and he also runs the composter. So whatever bales of hay or straw we don't buy, he throws it in and sells it as compost. I am over here running the pig farm, so I buy a lot of grain from people. Truck. It's a pure coincidence that his name is Truck, but he runs a trucking company. He is incredibly busy on this map because there's many factories and so many times, hey Truck, I need water on my animals. I need manure delivered to this field. I need, it works really great because we use the IT runner pack. And so we have these bins and totes that we fill up with either pallets from a factory or manure or grain on the side of a field or slurry or water, for example, over here. And right up there, that is that's my water trailer. So I'm not really paying attention to what guys are saying on the server. I want to go back and read. But anyway, the point is, it's fun because we're all working competitively to buy. You might see the mini map here. We're all working competitively to buy different fields to own and grow. Let's not look at that because their text covers it up. So if you look over here, we have, so these are the fields that people have bought. We all started with $1.5 million and we have grown from here. This is basically our first year. I'm calling it the start because we had some problems where with the save game file last season, I had to get rid of seasons, and we're basically starting over fresh here with all of our old assets. So it's essentially seasons year one. I'm calling it year one, even though it's not really a fresh start. But this is what makes it fun because we can only buy a few fields. So I'm the purple color here. I have bought, well, you can't really see them here. Let's take off that lens. So I have bought these purple things here. I actually sold the composter to Roy. I forgot to change that this year in this update. So this is my land. These are my fields. J Bell here, who I bought corn from, I said he's got these fields. He bought this one just this recent year. DuPont logging, you can see he started out here by buying the forest, and then he's expanded into beets over here. You have DJD here. He's the one that's doing a land lease this year because he's AFK. You've got Vorden Enterprises down there. I bought a lot of wheat and canola from him last year. He's brought on a little a hired helper in Havoc. I mean, it's a partner, not a hired helper. It's just fictionally, sure, a hired helper sounds better. And Truck is blue. He's a trucking company, but he also owns quite a few factories himself. He's got a brewery. He owns the, the flour mill down here. And he also owns the fishery here. And he owns the cardboard and pallet production plant here, which he has to buy logs from Mark DuPont right there from the sawmill. The sawmill makes board pallets, and with those board palleton, whatever they're called, anyway, he buys boards, and oh yeah, J-Bell also does wood chipping, so he buys wood chips from here to run his factories. A lot of these factories require fuel in the form of wood chips, so you really need an economy going. And then if you don't have a full economy, what we're doing is kind of as a contingency plan. We have this buyable silo. You buy it, it shows up at the store. So if I need manure to run a factory, there you go. You can buy it. You can buy it. These prices are all a lot higher. They're basically 115, 120% higher than the highest sale price in the game. So you want to buy, whoops, I'm so sorry I just bumped my mic. I'll probably try to edit that out. If I don't, then I didn't say anything. Nothing happened. Moving on. What was I saying? So it encourages you to buy from other farmers, even though you don't have to. But when you're buying in bulk, you want to buy from other farmers. There's not a lot of profit margin here. It's just kind of something to keep the factories running if there's an underproduction in the map on a certain thing. So, I mean, that's it. Then, like I said, we got several other mods that kind of help facilitate the map playing out as best. And this is why something like Lone Oak, it could work. We had fun on Stoppenbach. We had fun on West Coast. We did the same thing on those maps. And Stoppenbach, it just didn't have enough of economy. And West Coast was fun enough, but the problem is with only seasons and arable and only the animals in game, you plant your crops and the map's dead because there's nothing else to keep it going. I explained a little bit of the processes here, but you know, we have in order to make let's see here. So in order for the sugar beet factory to run, where is that at? Right here. Platinum Turbo, probably my longest follower from YouTube when I first started, and probably the most dedicated of everybody. He's like my second command. I call him my XO here on the Discord, because he takes care of everything that either I don't have time for or just stresses me out too much. But anyway, he's got a sugar beet factory, so he needs sugar beets as input. He also needs cardboard, and he needs pallets. He gets cardboard and pallets from Truck over here. In order for Truck to make cardboard and pallets, he needs wood chips. He needs wood. I think he needs water to make the cardboard. That must be involved in the process there. And so he can get the water free here, but the wood chips he has to get from J-Bell over there, and the wood he has to get from down here on the sawmill. And then of course Mark has to run the sawmill with wood chips. That's its fuel, and also the logs. Duh. It requires logs at a sawmill. So he logs up there in the forest and ships them down on a train. And, you know, then I run pigs, and I started out smaller. I still don't think I can produce enough crops to feed my pigs. So I'm probably going to be buying more wheat and canola from Vorden this year, and hopefully some more corn from J-Bell. Otherwise, I'm not going to have enough corn this year. And if I have to buy from the store, it's really going to kill my profit. So we have a separate Google spreadsheet where I can put out a grain contract, so that way people can know, hey, Sims are requiring 150,000 liters of corn at this price. It's a pretty good price, and I can sell it to him instantly. I don't have to wait sitting on it until the price goes up with seasons, you know, later during the, normally he would have to wait for corn to get up to, you know, 550. It peaks a little bit in winter and a little bit in summer. Normally he couldn't sell it in the fall. That's the lowest price. But now he can sell it to me for 550 in the fall. He gets his money instantly, and I still get it cheaper than what I would have to buy it from the store. So, you know, this is why production maps, I think, work better than something like Lone Oak, because, I mean, we tried the West Coast. The views are awesome, but as this, it just wasn't as much fun because people planted their crops and then they weren't on the map because there was no real need to show up on the map. I mean, people still showed up to see what other people were doing, but then again, if you're showing up, you're the only one on the server, you don't stay around for a long time if you're just there looking at what other people are doing. So this map is got awesome. We're using this spectator mode, for example. I can look and follow what other people are doing. This, if you don't have this mod, it's available on Mod Hub. This is key for it's like a little spy cam. It shows you the view that they are actually using when they're playing the game. It's basically like a cool little spy cam. It's awesome. So we can watch Roy here do maybe some composter work here with his tractor. But anyway, this is why I am loving this map, and this was when I play on this map, I feel entirely guilty because I know there's no Lone Oak episode. I know there's no YouTube episode. I love telling stories, and that's the other thing. I don't feel like I was actually telling a story on Lone Oak. So we're going to do something new. It's going to be a story of how I am faring on this map. It's going to be, you know, cutthroat because it's not just me versus the map, which you can conquer eventually. It's me versus other farmers who are trying to make more money faster than me so that they can buy fields, more optimal fields faster, you know, because basically the other way we do it is once a year we have a draft, and I'll select 10 random fields out of a hat. And these are the fields that a farmer is selling for 10% off. The fields that were not sold last year sell for 20% off, but you can buy any field for plus 10%. Because if you offer a farmer, here's a bunch of, you know, 20, you know, here's an extra 10% free cash, you know, go use this cash and buy another field that's 10% off. And, you know, if you offer a farmer in real life enough money, he's probably going to sell his land because he knows he's going to be able to move somewhere else. Most farmers. And then I would say if you offer them enough money, I'm pretty sure anybody, there's pretty much everyone has a price. I'm certain. I'm almost certain of that. For almost everybody. Anyway, like I said, that's the map we're doing. So that's a little bit of the history. It took a long time to explain why I am stopping my Lone Oak Farm series. I just, there's not enough time, and even if there was enough time, I just don't enjoy playing on multiple maps at once, on multiple save games. It's too stressful. I don't like it. It's not enjoyable. It takes away enjoyment from both of them. And so, you might have noticed that my enjoyment factor I wasn't really having a lot of fun on Lone Oak, despite how awesome the map is. And it saddens me. I thank you, Bullet Bill, for all of his work on that map. And it's not the map. It's just, it's not a factory. And, with how we have it set up, I actually know a lot of the guys in Frontier Design, for example, they might have swapped. Sorry, I'm watching right there. They might have swapped over to Lone Oak, but I know they have been having a lot of fun using the exact same format that I describe, playing on the West Coast, and it can be done, and it can still be. It can be done that way if you have a lot of similar people that only enjoy arable farming and, all the default features on a map. It can be very enjoyable, especially if people use smaller equipment. Part of the problem is a lot of people like medium-sized equipment. They overbuy equipment for the amount of acres that they have, because you only start off with a few small fields. And then people want to buy bigger tractors. Well, they get those fields done in 5 minutes, and then they're off the server. So, I had a little bit of fun when editing the map. This is an edit of their map, but yeah, I put Roy's sign up there for him. But anyway, that's why it didn't work for us. It's not a knock on the map. It can work if you have a lot of people that really enjoy arable work and they enjoy correct size equipment for well, I mean, I don't want to say correct, because everyone has a different play style, and some people just don't want to take forever, with the 3 meter, plowing a 20 hectare field, and that's fine. It's just the people on our server, kind of bought bigger equipment, and so they were done, and there wasn't really anything to do on the server in between seasons. So that's why we looked for a good map with lots of production. Some people, I actually didn't think I would enjoy factories. If you have discounted factory production maps in the past because you didn't care for factories like myself, I would give them a second chance in this environment, because this map is vibrant. It's full of life. There's almost always somebody on here. Truck probably has a stack of 20 different jobs for people that he needs to do. It's just never ending, and that's what's fun about the factories and the production maps in combination with this. So anyway, let's conclude this little, I guess that's my plug, concluding why I'm stopping Lone Oak, why I'm starting this series and switching to having a lot of fun, and I'm going to resume telling a story. It's going to be my story about how I am building my farm, and that's something I wasn't really doing on Lone Oak. So this will be more story-based too, and that's what YouTube's perfect for. As always, stick with me on Twitch, because I will be streaming episodes when I am not YouTubing, not recording. Recording is the word. Let's stop there. Let's continue our little tour here. I have, we need to back this guy up. Yeah, so I just bought this. I had another manure spreader, but I think it might have had a problem where the manure texture would not, it appeared empty when you loaded the game. If you filled it, you saw manure texture, but if you filled it, exited, and reloaded into multiplayer, the manure texture would be gone. So I don't know what was causing that, but I just sold that off. So let's go back here and close the gate. We can fill that up. How much manure do I actually have? I don't think that's not, I guess straw filled down in manure. That's not really enough to, what is that, 10,000 liters? Yeah. That's not really enough. I was actually pretty good at guessing that. That's not really enough to load up the manure spreader and spread it, I think. So what we're going to do then is we are, well, yeah, that's right. I guess I'll show you a little bit more of a tour about, since it's a story, what I started with is I started with pigs, and I bought a lot of pigs, and the pigs have bred. I can't remember how many I bought, but I did not buy that many. They're still breeding. So we are using, let's see here. I started with fields 19, 17, and 39 and 40. This last season, or this last winter, remember we only buy fields in the winter. I bought 41 and 22, and then this year I am farming field 18 for Dylan at a 50-50 split, and then I'm also farming 44 and 45 at a 40-40 split. I mean 40-40 wouldn't work. 50-50 split. So what I am doing now is, let's see, our pigs need some water. So well, do we need, I guess we can use this guy for the water. Let's go get a water tanker. We can also use the, that Unimog is awesome for using it for, you know, just odd jobs around the farm for when you don't have a front loader nearby and you just need someone to move something. That thing is awesome. So anyway, let's go fill up our water tanker here. And this beats, you know, for me, there is a water trigger here on the farm, but it costs a lot of money. So for $500 is kind of the shipping fee that we're using on this map. Every time you have to ship something, it's $500. So that's, you know, I bought that big, huge, expensive water trailer. Well, I mean, $30,000 is the water trailer. And you know, I bought this one as well so I can refill from it. But what am I trying to say? I pay someone $500 to go to the lake and fill that up for free, versus for the rest of my life either having to go to the lake myself with this little small trailer and fill it up myself, which is very time consuming, or you know, I buy a big semi rig myself, or I buy it from the what am I trying to say? This, not the spigot. The tap, I guess? The tap? Yeah, I guess we'll call it the tap. You know, so I could buy it from the well or whatever, but then it costs a lot of money, and eventually that's going to add up to more than $30,000, which is what this water trailer costs, plus $500 per trip. And a trip lasts me a decent amount. So, if I, there we go. Just had to get a little bit closer. I'm not actually, you know, does that have a level indicator? Because that would be very, very helpful if it had a, I don't think it does it? I thought it did. Is it not? Well, I don't think this season's, whoops. We gotta buy the Wopster. I don't think anybody's bought that yet. That is on miscellaneous. I don't think this'll work. Yeah. So, oh well. That's fine. Let's go fill up our pigs with water then. Oh, too low. Sorry, little tractor. There we go. So I do have one other tractor that you haven't seen yet. It is a Mercedes-Benz Track, and it's got a plow hooked up to it. And we are about to go. I'm quickly running out of money. I think I'm going to sell something else and buy something else because we want to be able to sell some pigs soon. And I think all I need is one trailer. I have that metal tech up there that that I can keep. So I'm thinking about keeping that one. I don't need two tippers. I don't know what I was thinking buying two trailers. It's a little bit crazy. Especially for, I downsized and I bought two trailers. Go figure. I just if I'm not broke, I fix it till I am. Or something like that. If I figure out how to get broke when I try to save money. I figure out how to spend money when I'm trying to downsize and save money. Yeah. I figure out ways how to mess up my downsizing. Anyway, we need to... There we go. So that should take care of the pigs for a little while. Because we are... The server runs 24/7. I am doing something a little bit different where I've edited this... I can't talk. I have edited... I have changed seasons so that I can feed animals up to 10 days. The server runs 24/7 and it runs at basically 2x speed. And with seasons, that meant that I needed to feed animals every like 1.5 days in real life, which, I mean, there's days when I can't log on and then, log on the next day until the evening and then my animals are dead because they're out of food. So it doesn't work for a server that runs 24/7. It's not totally perfectly real with seasons, but it works for a online server environment. So we're gonna sell these trailers after we do something with them, and that is gonna be what was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was something. We're gonna do something. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know. But what was I gonna say? I don't know. Right, I've got a couple. That's right. Okay, so we're gonna plow. I wanted to price out the option of a bigger plow because I don't know. A plow's only something. Well, you know what? We could almost do that right now, but I don't have my tractor on. Well, I don't need a tractor to price out the plow. Well, I mean, I kind of do. I don't know if my tractor can pull the bigger plow. That's the problem. I guess I could always buy the bigger plow first. If the bigger plow pulls just fine on my track, then I'll probably stick with the... Are we backing up? Trying to play... nope, I must have missed it. Okay, we're just going to cheat. Yeah, I missed it. You can say that. We'll just cheat here a little bit. And back it up nice and... Okay, that's... Cheating helps if you look where you're going. There we go. If we're gonna cheat, might as well cheat real good. So let's go on over here and over there, and there we go. Okay, so we have got a lower gear, and we are flying. Well, not quite. Now we're flying. What was I gonna do? Oh, that's right. I was gonna change to the front trailer there, so we'd be all nice and disconnected. I have to take these to my field that my plow is at because my plow tractor is the one with higher horsepower. We're going to need this to pull grain. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up grain from somebody else's. While I still have two trailers and we only have to make one trip. Isn't this crazy? The way that I exit from my pig farm is I have to pass the dairy farm, and then I have to pass J Bell's farm over here. He runs the arable farm out of this location, and then I'm out of this complicated complex. What else was I gonna say? So I have grain at some other silo that I'm going to pick up now. I have two types of grain there, which is why I'm taking two trailers. I'm going to take the grain back here and then sell it, and then I'm going to look at those upgrades well, maybe I should do the upgrades first. Because I'm curious about the upgrades. So let's go see if our Mercedes-Benz can run the server, or run that tractor, or run the plow rather first. Let's go do that. Well, no, because then if I'm making a trip to the store to sell a trailer, I think that I will. Let's see. Yeah, so we want to sell the grain first because, oh man, I just need to sell both my tractors and buy a bigger tractor. I mean, I could actually sell this. It's just really nice having two tractors. You know, I don't have the front loader arms yet for the Mercedes-Benz, but they would be nice. But what I'm doing now is, you know, the other thing I like about this map is, yeah, so you can see it's just, the quality isn't as good. It's just not as, the quality is not as enjoyable as playing on a Frontier Design map. I mean, it's hard to look past, especially in the spring, before the grass gets a little bit higher. It's just, you notice a lot more things that you just doubly appreciate on Frontier Designs maps. But the you know, it's just the fun. I have more fun on this map with production, and I could add things like factories on Lone Oak, but that's a lot of work in testing. And, you know, adding just one is fine, but adding, you know, because it's something people don't think about a lot. It's not just dropping a placeable or installing something in GE. It's installing it in GE, adding the 110 text, making sure the 110 text has English, making sure there's no duplicate 110 text, which a lot of them are for a lot of the factories, making sure that there's no errors, and then the most difficult part and time-consuming is balancing, well, probably fixing errors is the most time-consuming, but if there's no errors, then you have to balance everything, because if I set the, so for example, with this map, we always play on hard. I had to balance this map because we, for the logger Mark DuPont to make any money, he set his prices at X, which meant that Truck, the guy who made pallets from logs, from the board pallets, from the planks rather, he makes pallets from planks, so which comes from the sawmill, which comes from the price that Mark DuPont sets. So in order for Mark DuPont to make any money, he set the price at X, and then he, you know, so that determines the price of Truck. And then based on the price that Truck sold his pallets are used for almost everything, and also cardboard, I had to almost double or 1.5 times everything on the map. I can't remember which one I did. But I had to raise the prices on everything on the map because otherwise people actually lost money based on what they paid for pallets. And so then what's the point of running a factory, right? So, all right, here we are. We just picked up our trailer from the field. I got distracted. I got called away. Someone was at my door, and I AFK'd for like 20 minutes. I don't remember what I was talking about. But what we're doing now is we have to go get grain from another silo that it was stored at over the last fall. I didn't have silos at my home farm. Those are actually a placeable silo. Yeah, you see that police officer? They move around on this map. They're not always there. So they're kind of sneaky. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. I haven't paid attention enough to figure out their pattern, or if it's a certain timing thing, or if it's just random. But anyway, that's those. That's the police officers. They do that. So that's that. Okay, so we are moving on in, and we are going to go. Let's see here. So the grain is. Sorry, my phone is beeping. Let's see here. So the grain is. Let's see how we gotta do this. The grain is on the other side. I think we might have to unhook this one, and we're gonna have to do this one at a time. So let's just let's get rid of neutral, and we also need to remember, because this trailer can only fit not enough for one of the. So this, we got to put the canola in this one. That's what we have to remember. Yeah, we're just gonna back up here with good old cheat view. third person mouse and keyboard, and we there we go. We killed it. Well, fortunately, it actually doesn't kill. It puts it in neutral instead of killing the engine, so that's good, I guess. Okay, so canola is what I bought from, there we go. So we're gonna fill the canola now, and then the half the soybeans, I only get half the soybeans, go in this other one. So we're gonna leave this one here, and I get 25,000 liters of soybeans. So let's remember our number here. And it's not quite the time where we want to sell soybeans yet. I think soybeans are highest when it is later in the year. So let's not have to sell those yet. Actually, let's just double check with seasons real quick. Soybeans, yeah. So we don't want to sell the soybeans just yet. It would kind of be a waste of money. So what we want to do is back this trailer up, and we're just going to use mouse and keyboard. It's a little bit easier than my, well, okay, nothing's, okay. You know what, let's try, there we go, that'll be easier. This is one of the times when backing from inside the cab rather, is actually easier, because you can actually see, you have to be able to see the tongue when you back these kinds of trailers. Otherwise, you just have no chance. None chance. Okay, so we need to try to go that way and start cutting it. It's actually kind of hard because the tongue is so short on this guy. You just don't have any room for error. It's a little bit easier when you have a longer tongue. We have some bale trailers on this server with a nice long tongue that makes it so much easier for backing up these kinds of trailers. I need to swing it that way, but I don't want to swing it too, yep, there you go, too fast. I need to swing it, but I don't want to swing it too far. So let's just keep going, and we are pretty good there. So this is soybeans, and I get 25,000 liters. Oh, kind of missing a little bit there. There we go, that's a little better. So 25,000 liters is my soybean crop, and this can do 30, so we are good, right? A little bit over 130 liters. I think that's pretty good. I will pay him the difference. That's not, I mean, 130, so that's I think I'll, you know what, I'll even give him a really good price on that. So that is a price of 1,500 times 1,500 per 1,000 liters. That was 130 over, so that'll be 0.130. Well, I don't need to add the zero, dummy. That's 195 bucks. We will pay him the 195 bucks now, just so I don't forget. And DJD, 195. There you go. Okay. And then we need to oh boy, yeah, we're gonna probably have to go down to A. This is gonna be a bear. This is pretty heavy for this tractor. I don't even know if we'll be able to make it up the hill. We might have to go up the hill by one trailer at a time. So this will be interesting here. Alright, let's go back forward one more time. Let's put it in 2. Let's go to 3. 9 cut. Yeah, so this is the trailer. We can't see anything behind us. We're gonna go like this. And there we go. Okay. Oh, so you know what? Another cool thing about this trailer, this Metaltech pack is awesome. What's really cool, you see the front wheels on the ground there. At first I thought it was a glitch until I remembered that this trailer has this, right? So you can, well, It'll probably go. You see those other ones going. That's probably just on a incline there, or in the middle of a divot. But let's go back to our farm this way. I think this is a little bit better. Let's see. The reason you always put that yep, the trailer with the turning axle on the rear, it follows the lead trailer really well, actually. So we were actually able to make that turn really nicely there. So let's get on out of town. And we should put on some hazards here, because we're going pretty slow. Although, I think we want some speed. Let's try to speed out of town here and not get a ticket. Those are traffic cameras. Okay, come on. Let's see how far we get on this gear. I don't want to have to shift gears because this tractor takes so long to shift. Yeah, we're going to have to go down to 1. And we're going to have to go to A. Okay, so A1. Let's try it. Oh boy. We can't do it. Let's drop that rear trailer. Well, nope, not that trailer. That trailer. We're going to have to come back and get that one. I think. There we go. That was a hard pull. That was a little bit too long to let the clutch out there, but I think we'll just pull off into our field there on the left. So we will get rid of our traffic jam here in a little bit. Drive across our half-spread manure field. And... oh, good. No traffic yet. That means there's no cop to give us a ticket. Oh, that works. Okay, so let's get back there to our trailer, and then we will be on our way. And this is the last hill that we have to climb, so I think we should be fine after this one. And let's we know we're gonna need A. So let's go back down to A. Probably, I don't think we can do it in 2. Oh yeah, not going backwards. Alright, let's try it now. And we are slipping. We are slipping. We're not gonna do it. Oh, come on! Well, maybe, I wonder if we had a running start. Yeah, this could be dangerous. Sorry. Don't mind me. Okay, so what if we start out here when it's less steep. And let's try a running start. Let's see if we can keep some momentum going. It's 46, 47 wheel slip, 49, 50. Not gonna happen. 50, no, then it just gets worse. Oh man, we're scorching some rubber. Oh, yeah, we're not gonna do it, are we? Nope. No, sir. Well. Alright, let's try this. Let's just try, Alright, it looks like we've got a little bit of help here behind us, so let's try this. Oh, look at that. 2 tractors. I think we got it. Maybe. Maybe. Come on, we can do it. Come on, buddy. We got it. Oh boy, can't start off in 1. Come on, you can do it. Pull it out. Pull it out. Pull it out. And he was closer. All right, well, we have that crisis averted. Let's pull off over here. I knew that was a nasty hill. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get out of the field if I kept the, if I tried to hook him up back there. So we got out of the field. We are good to go back to our farm then. So let's go back to our farm. Well, let's look behind us first. Okay. So we are good to go. Let's grab this trailer, and then we are good to go. I don't know what happened there. I was trying I'm guessing I tried hooked it up at a too close of a thing there, but all right. And that is another reason why it's fun to play on a server with other people instead of all by your lonesome. So let's see. I'm going to do some math off camera tonight because we've got a lot of math to figure. I mean, it's essentially calculus because it's a rate of change problem where you have to figure out how much money you can make if you sell X amount of pigs now, and you want to sell. Well, I guess maybe someone else could help me figure this out. Well, I mean, not the calculus part because that's rate of change based on how much pig food they eat. Because the more pigs that you have, the faster you breed, but the more pig food that they eat every day, right? So, I think we can start. We can't start off in A. Okay. But anyway, it's a problem of the more pigs you have, the more pigs they eat, but the more they breed, the more money you'll make in the end, but also the more money you'll spend in pig food or effective pig food, even if you can produce it all yourself. Because you have to remember, you know, if you're not. Let's try this. There we go. Because you have to remember, if you're not selling your own crops, that's money that you could have been making. So, does anybody know, with default seasons, for example, like what I'm trying to do is if you have X amount of pigs and you sell X amount of pigs every year at the peak top price in seasons in, what is that, late spring, you'll get back to that number in the fall. So for example, if you have, well, for example, I have 380 pigs. If I sell 80 pigs every year in late spring, will I have 380 pigs again by the time it comes time to sell pigs again? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And then from there, I can run my rough numbers on how much they eat and how much it costs to feed them versus selling their crop. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How many pigs should I sell at peak time come spring? And I mean, I guess it really matters. It really matters if I want to try to grow my herd or keep it at a set size. But I guess that's half the battle because I don't even know how big I want my pig herd. And in order to do that, I have to figure out how much money I'm making and what's stable. So for example, right now, if I sell 20 pigs annually, will I produce 20 pigs annually with 380 pigs or so, roughly? That's something that I just don't know. We're probably going to have to go down a gear here. So, I mean, because I don't know any of that math, I don't know how much money I'll be making. So I might be happy right now if I sell, you know, I might be at my standard pig herd. If I sell X amount of pigs, I guess, for example, my goal is I want to make something like 100,000 in pigs annually. So with the peak season's pricing, I think is that 2,000 a pig? I don't actually know. I guess that's the first thing I need to look at. How high the pig price goes when the pig price goes high. Alright, we gotta book it up here. And the next one is gonna be the hard one. We're probably not gonna be able to make it up this one. But we can get a running start. That's the difference. We can get a good long running start up here. Yeah, we're not going to make that. Oh, come on. Is anybody close by? Oh, man. Well, what do we do here? I think I need more weight on my tractor. But we're gonna just park it here for now. Let's back it off a little bit. And we will go right there. Okay, so we're just gonna put the handbrake here. Okay, so I think this is a good place to end it while we watch PT come here and help us push across the field. So we have got a pretty good episode done, and what I'm gonna be doing more in my spare time. Like I said, I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna do a lot of downtime. Like if I had more, if I had more energy today, I need to stop pushing that button. If I had more energy today, I would be hopping right on a stream to finish setting up this, but my goal is to always be able to produce a YouTube episode without too much time passing. So that way you guys get a good sense for, you know, the story that's unfolding here on our multiplayer server and how I'm progressing with my battle with the pigs. And let me, I think that's about all I have to say. So, we're going to sell this grain. I'm going to sell that trailer. I'm going to go back and see if it works with another plow. I might have to upgrade my front weight for that or I have more on the farm, but anyway, I will catch you guys later. Until next time, it has been I guess I'll just film this. The battle getting up this hill. Let's just do it like this. I think that's a good gear. With them pushing, maybe not. Maybe that's too high of one. There we go. Come on. We can do it. There we go. Yeah, he's got the wheel weights on him. That really helps. There we go. All right, everybody from the YouTube's interwebs, goodbye. Thank you for doing everything that you do out there. Keep on doing it and stay classy. I will see you guys later. Hopefully, we won't back into any trailers or have any problems here. But yeah, you can see that wheel's rolling now that we are on flat ground. So that's all it was. We just had to set the level correctly for our tractor drawbar height, etc. Anyway, I will see you guys later. I think I've already said that about 5 times now, so have a great one. Adios. Goodbye.